Hi, my name is Aapo and I am happy to announce that I have just released a new plugin called NASE. The name comes from Noise Assist Stereo Enhancer and it does, well, stereo enhancing. Let's jump straight into Ableton Live and I'll walk you through the plugin. So this is it, Noise Assist Stereo Enhancer. This is the default state that will open when you first open the plugin. This is the default theme as well, this kind of black and green. So let's go from top down. I will explain the controls first and then we will play some sounds and listen to how it sounds like and then we'll wrap up the video. So up here we first have the bypass button. This is for the whole plugin. And then we have the settings. This is the same for a few other example plugins as well that you might be familiar with. So we have the GUI, all the themes here. And then you can also change the FPS. And then you can go to my website, check for updates and report a bug if you find any. Then we'll jump straight into the first slider to the left here, which is the width slider. And this controls the balance between your mid and side information. So all the width that's in your track will come from the sides. So that is the difference between the left and the right channel. And then everything that's similar between the two channels will be the middle information. And this is also that will be played if you fold your track to mono, so everything will be in the middle. So mono you can go to by just dragging the slider all the way down and it will show you 0% here, and then when it's in the center position it's the original signal. So 100% means the original signal volumes for sides as well as the middle. Then if you turn up the slider, you can see the value changes to decibels, and this means the decibel increase for the side information. So maybe I will play you something here and you can hear the difference. And there you can also see the vector scope working here in the middle, which is the weird looking shape that's moving with your sound. So as you heard, when I move the slider up, you can hear the side information louder and the sound appears more wide. You probably want to listen to this with some headphones or a good pair of speakers, because with otherwise with maybe mobile phone speakers you might not be able to hear the difference that easily. Anyway, then we have this A letter here, which means automatic gain compensation. So if you turn this on, so remove the slash on top of the letter, you can hear when I now turn up the slider, it automatically compensates for the decibel increase from the sides by removing volume from the middle. So you kind of keep the energy levels the same. And then, as I told you, we have the vector scope here. This will show you the stereo field. So when the shape is wide, it will mean that your sound is also wide. So the x-axis, if you will, is the side information and the y-axis is the middle information. Then to the left we have a stereo. Anyway, I don't know how to pronounce it. You can see how it's spelled here. This will make your sound more wide as the width slider, but also this works for sounds that don't have any side information in them. So for mono sounds. So for example, maybe I can actually, I haven't planned this, but I will just pull up Serum. And I will quickly demonstrate this to you. I will choose the basic sine wave here, and this is by default mono, so it will play the exact same sound for the left signal, for the left speaker as well as the right speaker. And when I turn up the slider, you can see that the shape starts to get wider. This is probably way too loud. Sorry about that. And with this you can create some really cool shapes by just playing the And this also works for sounds that already have some stereo information, so I will play it with the track I have here, and you can hear how it sounds like. And the stereoize slider will also keep your sound mono-compatible, so you will not lose any audio when you fold your track down to mono, so it will sound exactly the same as before the plugin. So if I just pull up another instance of NASE here, and for this first one I will turn the stereoize all the way up, and for this second instance I will turn the width all the way down, so this will be mono signal only. And at first I will disable the first instance of NASE, and you can listen to the sound, how it sounds like. And when I turn on the first NASE, it should sound exactly the same despite having the stereoize all the way up. I just realized I should have just used the NASE's own own bypass button here, but anyway. Okay, let's move on. The next part is the NA of the name, so Noise Assist Stereo Enhancer. I wanted to, actually for quite some time now, I wanted to experiment with adding noise as an effect. So here I thought, why not make it enhance a stereo image, for example, for sounds that don't have any stereo width by themselves, only by adding some sounds to the original signal. So okay, you can add noise to the mid signal. I keep talking about signal, but in reality it's the same signal. I mean mid information. So you can add noise to the mid information and side information separately. So let's choose maybe the kick drum only, and this will also have the random perk sound. So this one here, I will turn down this one. So okay, the noise modules work by just adding a white noise signal with dynamic amplitude following the source audio. So it sounds like the noise is embedded in the sound that's coming into the plugin. And first we have the release here, which just means how fast it will react to the lowering, to the volume lowering of the source audio. So maybe if I just play it to you, you can hear what I mean. I will turn up the noise for the middle. And you can go all the way up to 100 milliseconds. So that's 1/10 of a second. And this value here, minus 26 decibels, means minus 26 decibels below the source audio's peak. So yeah, and you can go all the way from minus 50 all the way up to plus 10 decibels. And then of course by the way, these two modules are exactly the same, but just the left one is for the mid information and the right one here is for the side information only. And then of course you can filter the sound with high pass and low pass filters to shape the sound to fit your audio. So not to use all frequencies from the white noise. And a kick drum is maybe not the best example for this, but this is actually really nice for sound design as well, not only stereo field management. So for example, for bass sounds, this is really nice for some fat basses that you want some more brightness and grit, if you will. It's really easy with NASE to add the high frequency information that you need on the bass, without making some extra layer and adding some other frequencies that you don't need in the sound. And then lastly, we have the bass mono button. And this I like to call the magic button because this is actually amazing. You have probably seen this in other plugins as well. It's for example, in the Ableton utility plugin. So it's not unique in that sense, but it's so good for a stereo enhancer like this. And I actually don't know why all stereo enhancer plugins don't have this functionality, because it's so crucial when mixing sounds and making things wider. So you don't want to make the bass wider, because then you can introduce all kinds of phasing issues from the low end. This is also a good bridge for the last part, which is the correlation meter down here, which will show you the difference or the correlation between your left and right channels. You want to stay between the center position here and 1. Too much minus will result in some phase cancellation when you play your track in mono speakers. So when you add the left and right signals together, you might end up kind of, if you add -1 to 1, you will get, 0. So you will cancel out the signals and not get anything. So you will lose sounds that you would have in the stereo version in the mono version. So let's see, I will play another section of the track here, and I will use the stereoize slider to make the track wider, and you will see that the correlameter will go below 0. But when I turn on the bass mono, it should kind of keep it in the center, which is most of the time what we want. So let's see. And there you probably saw that if I overdo the stereo width, even the bass mono won't help it. So then you kind of just have to dial it back down to a sensible level. But anyway, you kind of fix the phasing issues, but you keep them width, which is a wonderful thing to have when you are doing stereo widening or controlling your stereo width. Maybe for the rest of this video I will just play around a little bit with the plugin on the master chain, and then we will call it a day so this video doesn't become too long. And there you have it, that is my latest plugin, NASE. If you're missing a simple yet powerful stereo enhancer, this is it. So, I guess that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.